Hi, my friends. I don't know if you've been watching Matt, his latest video from Quantum Conscious. Conscious guy can't talk tonight. Conscious, conscious. What? That's a new word. Consciousness. I am sorry. Oh my God, that's a tongue twister. I don't know why it's got me now. Conscience. You got to be kidding me. All right. Well, I'm a little tired. When I get tired, I get kind of, you're used to me kind of. It's just I'm dragging. I actually did some exercising and stuff like that, so I'm a little worn out. But anyway. Did some swimming, all sorts of stuff, so I'm exhausted here. But anyway, so you know what Matt was talking about? There's a lot of about purple, pink and purple and violet. Now, this is very important because there's a lot of spiritual messages that are being sent about this purple. That here I just saw this has happened 4 days ago. It shows. Let's see if we can zoom this in here. It shows William Kate arriving in a purple. I mean, I have never seen a purple. I can't remember. Well, is it a Rolls Royce? I don't know. But anyway, there's a ton of different purples that are popping up everywhere, right? Now, also you got to remember that Prince and the Purple Revelation, it's actually Revolution. It's actually Revolution to Revelation. There is a song that Prince in that Purple Rain. We're going to part like it's 1999. And it talks about when the sky was all purple, there were people running everywhere. And it is about Revelations. It is the song with Prince. And in that song, it talks about what else he says. He said, in this Purple Rain. And what else in that song? Oh, I woke up this morning. This morning wasn't yet Judgment Day. It was Mandela Effect. It used to say wasn't yet in day. I woke up this morning and this morning wasn't yet in day. It used to be say that. Now it says I woke up this morning and this morning it wasn't Judgment Day. Okay, so anyway, so here's the thing about purple. Even the Lord, it was unfortunate. I'm sorry, Lord, that they put him in purple, and when they beat him, they used to beat him in mockery of having him in purple. The Romans, and Romans is a sign of royalty, and that's why you see like priests and other ones trying to mimic God and powerful and lordly things wearing purple. Even kings and queens wear purple, right? Did you know that purple was a color that was actually so sought after at one time that they used to get purple? I think it was from I think it was a jellyfish or a squid or something, or some kind of thing in the ocean, and it was the only way they could get true purple or a purplish color, and it was worth more than the gold at the time because it's so rare. Yeah, so that's why it's royalty too, because it's hard to come by, very expensive, and I can't remember, something like an ounce of this purple color would be more valuable than gold, right? So anyway, so here's the thing is about purple is an emotion, okay? And I'm just doing this car because there are a ton. I mean, Matt had a great thing. He had a whole list of everything turning purple everywhere. Purple buildings, Buckingham Palace has been purple. I mean, everything's gone purple. And so you can do look at that, but there's a lot of purples just popping out everywhere, right? So what does that mean? So what does that tell us? It means that that's communication, again, from our God, Creator, and then the high command above, about that we're under revelations, right? That purple is a sign of that royalty, that they're royal, and it's in the progress right now, right? People used to, about a year or so ago, I haven't seen much about it, everybody's talking about how the skies were shooting purple. So there are probably like some local Mandela effects or local things happening around the world that to certain people, that it's a communication from them to that region to wake up, right? Remember these signs and wonders in the sky, and that's one of them, that purple. And I actually saw that, oh my gosh, it was 2.5 years ago, maybe almost, 2.5 years, maybe almost 3, that I was up in Michigan near a waterfall, and I actually did a video of that. It might have been my old channel. That was Agent Cagent, and so this is Captain Kirk. But the sky was completely purple, just amazing, a real purple. And I said, wow. And across this nearest waterfall area, and the whole sky was lit purple. And I said, wow, there is the sign and wonder, right? And I was just blown away, okay? Now, what's really, so anyway, so there's a lot of things in color. So if you have a chance, you want, it depends. I'll try to do a better review on the colors. I just want to throw this out there because I'm trying to keep in sync with Matt, just to show you some more, because I've been researching this for a while. But there is colors by colors associated, colors through time. Colors per decade popular. I think, yeah, something like this. Yeah, this is what's interesting. You know, because they try to control our world even by everything said. Remember, my video just said that the angel talked to me. I'm not kidding, folks. That guy's an angel, man. I mean, it's not funny. It's real. Because remember, people like, I can't keep repeating enough. Sometimes people talk through. They can, just like a person becomes possessed by demons, well, they can become possessed by angels and also the influence of the Father, Lord, and Holy Spirit. And also, don't forget, you are probably an angel in flesh. Remember, I told you we have a lot of special gifts. We are just more here in the material world, and these have a direct communication. They can drop down from the heavens. I'm not kidding you, because I've had it multiple times. I should do a video on this. Real stuff, my friends. They can read your mind. Yeah, I had a lady that dropped out of. I'll do a video on this when I get a chance about. When I was running for governor, she told me a lot of things, through things that outside of that didn't know me even. And boy, she said she was talking to God right at the moment I stand there. It's a crazy story. She was reading my mind. I mean, it's like, whoa, she knew everything that I was concerned about and worried, and just telling me right there face to face. Blew my mind. And then she flew back to the heavens, just like, boop, kind of like Elijah or something. She just, boom, she's gone. I'm not kidding you. True story. Yeah, I get in talking to her, and all of a sudden she just disappears from a grassy field in Lakewood, Colorado. Boom, right into the sky. Kind of like, there's a Lakewood, Colorado, by the way. Lakewood, California, we had that incident with the YMCA. And yeah, there's Lakewood, Colorado too. Isn't that crazy? All right. So anyway, let's see. So here's the colors by the decade, and it's kind of cool because you got the 50s, and that's very nice and warm. You know, that era is pretty cool, right? You can see that colors. The colors kind of represented that era. And then later on, you kind of had the avocado and yellow fridges, and that had a pink, and I remember a little bit of pink in there, but not much in that of the appliances, right? And then you got the 60s where it came out with this, and they go through and talk about defining the emotions, the self-expression, love, and peace, and that represent the 60s, right? And there's the styles there. Then the 70s came on. This one I kind of don't disagree with them, because they said color screen TV started to replace black and white. So they said, as the celebration of color could be seen everywhere, including fashion throughout media, so colors became more mellow in the home as people started to incorporate more earthly tones. Well, I don't know. I mean, come on. That's not really a celebration of colors. I mean, it's more became earthly, right? In the 70s, right? It's more the hipster, dooster generation, right? The peace, love, and all these other things, too, as I was wrapping up from the, as part of the 60s movement, right? Boy. The 1980s, yeah, this one I know very familiar. I love the color of the 80s. You had MTV. Look at that. You look at the MTV. You can zoom in. Look at that. Matches exactly that palette. So that's how they control the world, through controlling emotions and this prison cell Earth or Matrix through color, right? And color is very important. Okay, and they say that ladies. I'm not trying to be. Not trying to be a chauvinist or say, this and that, but they said that women tend to shop even when they're looking at like tools. Hey, honey, buy a tool. They'll look at the color first before they read the instructions off. I've actually talked to people at Home Depot, Lowe's, guys working there. They said, hey, I said, man, I said, why is this box so plain and metal? He goes, oh yeah, the men grabbed that one because it has the right stuff in there. They said, but the ladies, he said, this other one over here, he goes, it's probably not a very good tool. And I said, well, why do you say that? Well, they had to resort to marketing colors to sell the damn thing. I said, what? He goes, yeah. He goes, that's when you tell it might not be very good, because they have to go to colors to sell it to the damn ladies. They're going to buy it as a present or something. He said, because women shop by color before they shop by, because we are different in certain ways, right? It's shop by color versus, he said, actually looking at the reading instructions, what's it offer, what's the tools, what is the, how long does the battery last? Is chargeable with that power tool, or what's the torque on it? He said they don't care. They just looks good, but they grab it, and he said they're on their way. So anyway, that's kind of funny, right? It is true. All right, but anyway. So then you got the 90s, which I don't know. 90s was really weird, but you had the Simpsons. Look at the Simpsons. They match it. Look at this. See how it is true. They kind of match it. In the 90s, talking about after 2 decades of saturated environment colors, 90s grunge scene about darker, subdued colors in style. bloom, blah blah blah. So it doesn't even talk about the emotions, right? Then it said the 2000s. Now this is yeah, this is about it. You know, the homes became more of a grayish, bluish gray, whites. You know, autumn. When it says a little bit about there, a minimalist. Yeah, everybody tried to. We had the minimalist movement where people try to minimize, even with the tiny homes and stuff like that. They took it even further, right? They try to minimize everything, right? And this is in the column after the Y2 craze passed with the beginning of the new millennium. And this is new millennium with the Lord, by the way, if you wonder what the millennium, right? Then the 2010s. Well, there's that. Now well, anyway, I don't want to go through all these. I just go real quick. So anyway, so there's 2020. The 2020 says so far beginning this decade in 2020 has been some nostalgic colors coming back in style. But here's the thing is that's not talked about in this. That everything, even the cars, are gray, white, or black. Everything you look at, every in the store, because they're trying to tone down your, trying to beat you down by colors. So that everything where you look around your day, they're trying to make you depressed. I'm not kidding, just to be honest. They're trying to depress you. And, you know, some people like gray. They says that it brings warm feelings and stuff like this. But in general, compared to other colors in the palette, that gray, black, and white are pretty dang dull, right? It's either black or white. And that's also what we see in this world. Everything's black or white. It's either with love or with hate. You have demons or you're angelic. You know, I mean, there is nothing in between. It is a black and white world. True? It is. And then there's ones that kind of float between in the middle of the gray. You know, they're on that fence. They can't decide which side they want to be on. So they're walking in the middle of the road, right? Even the color palette. So we got to get them more into the color. And, you know, that's why sometimes when I see, you know, everything, like I said, even I told you baby strollers, there's no boy and girl. There's no gender for identification. You have to pay like a ton of dang money just for the color, for blue or pink, right? That everything's gray and black. It's just a dull world. It's a dull color, right? So anyway, so that's that. See, this is what we're in right here. Look at this. It is, I mean, that does not, I mean, it's kind of professional, classy. It looks very ritzy. But you know what? It just doesn't have a warm, loving feel, right? And my mother, she's comes from a generation back in the 50s where she sees this and she's like, oh, I can't stand the color of that. She's a color lady, you know, because she used to do oil paintings and stuff as well. But anyway, so far the beginning of this decade, 20 has been seen some nostalgic colors coming back in style, blah, blah, blah. In muted tones, marketing online are still using vibrant, bright, well, and anyway, so you can read that. It doesn't really talk about much, right? But now they said, no, so then you can talk about what they're upcoming. I think they said, you know, they're going to try to push. So let's see, can we prophesize through this? Colors, upcoming. Well, I mean, somebody actually, I think Matt maybe even talked about this. Upcoming color. Well, upcoming color. But I tell you. Sorry, I'm going to pause. Well, anyway, I'm not going to worry about that too much. Just keep moving this real quick. But anyway, so what is weird about this is the Mandela effect that's happened to me, and it's kind of freaked me out first, that my old address, in Montrose, it actually has a purple roof. And Raleigh always laughs about that. She's been marked for the bad bud. Anyway, I've done some YouTubes about that. YouTube videos about that. 666-7793. Yeah, Kalina Drive. Oh, 93. Yeah, Kalina Drive, Montrose. You mean, look at this roof. I mean, it's crazy, folks. I don't know if what that means or a sign, but this is a message they've been sending. So if you had a purple roof, you might want to check your roof, because it Mandela affected overnight. I can go through it. Look at that purple roof. You got to be kidding me. So I don't know if it's something about the time, dimensions, and all this other stuff, but I got a purple roof, and it's kind of crazy because I don't even know how you get a purple roof. And I want to drive there, but I'm so busy here to see it and take a look at this thing, because this thing popped out of nowhere one night when I was looking through stuff, and it just turned purple. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Look at all the houses around there. You know, yeah, so the crazy story about that, could you imagine the cost to ship purple? Raleigh looked it up for us. He said, boy, there is purple stuff, but he goes, you have to ship it into a small town in western Colorado and all this other stuff. You got to be kidding me. I mean, it just gets ridiculous. So anyway, so I have a purple roof. I'm assuming it's good, unless I'm in target. Roy Last goes, the aliens got you targeted, Kirk. They got you smacked down. So anyway, We did find some other purple roofs, roofs, rough roof, around different parts of the cities and stuff like that. So, and then I laughed. He said, "Man, what happens if your Suburban gets marked with the purple roof?" I said, "Oh my God, bud." I said, "That'll probably be it. That means they finally got me targeted." And he said, "That way they can monitor me." Anyway, so what else? So there's something I want to tell you about purple, because I want to actually make this some valuable thing, some spiritual thing. So color, even on this spectrum, see, remember, because we're kind of like light beings. We're spirits, true, like we're more than just a hologram. I'm going to do other videos about that, because there's the void in Star Trek that describes everything that this reality almost involves. This reality is almost reality of everything. Everything you look at is our reality. So you got to be careful what you're thinking, because this one step ahead of you. So if I look at a tree and say, well, like I said, I've told you before, that tree's made out of chocolate, I could probably find ways to justify 9% that is somehow that, or that spaghetti grows from trees. That, I mean, it's just crazy. This reality, as long as it's not too far-fetched, it'll throw some common sense things at you, saying, I saw what you do, and I'm going to mirror that reality back at you. I got you. It's one step ahead of you, right? But that's okay, because we know that we have, there were true spiritual beings and all these other things, right? But, so what I'm heading with that is that purple is one of those just unusual, it's hard, matter of fact, even a camera, digital, because remember, I think I said this before, that when they first came out with the digital cameras, I was even looking for one that could take true purple, and they cannot, these sensors on a digital camera even today cannot identify true purple. They cannot. They have to interpolate it. So they kind of guess at it, and they do a poor job, so they interpolate it. And so every image you have, like, purple flower, purple rose, or whatever, is not true purple, that it's actually sensors. They've had to use algorithms to regenerate the purple. And that's why, the first cameras, purple used to be terrible looking, like really pinkish or reddish, or just looked awful. They've gotten a lot better, even this. They've gotten a lot better of rendering purple, right? And it's on the spectrum. And so anyway, so it's what else about purple? Oh, so let's see about, real quick, I'm gonna pause this for a second. All right, so here's what purple makes you feel: creative. Purple is associated with mystery, creativity, royalty, and wealth. See, it's kind of really, it's a, you operate at a higher frequency. I told you before that, you're already at a higher level. You're operating at a higher frequency. Then, I'm not trying to insult the NPCs. In other words, they operate at a very low frequency. They're more in the material. They're more, down to the earth material form, and you're operating more towards the spiritual realm, where it's more high frequency, right? And so your vibrations and who you are and stuff is operating high frequency. And purple is a higher frequency on the spectrum, right? So the way I'm having, and also you're like co-creators, right? And boy, did I get upset with, what's this guy? He's a young gentleman. He is throwing people on the bus again. I can't remember. Oh, shoot, but he has a video. Well, I'm not trying to insult the man. We're all just, because I'm just guessing the best I can. I mean, I got the best knowledge I've got about the spiritual stuff as they feed me. And they slowly introduce me these things. And they're introduced stuff to you. So don't take everything I said as true. Because remember, I told you I'm the Son of Man. And the Lord says, do not trust the Son of Man. So I could lie. And I hope I'm not. And I pray every time before I upload these videos, I'm telling the truth. But I do make my damn mistakes, right? So make sure that you explore these things on your own and take everything with a grain of salt, right? So anyway, purple is associated with mystery, creativity, royalty, and wealth. So you're kind of a co-creator, and you're also we're not royal in a bad sense, royal in a good sense, that you're royal in a sense that you are more holy and all these other things. So that's kind of an important aspect of the purple. And the other color spectrums, like red, we know can be passion or blood or hate, or you're red in the face, anger. So there's always duality. It's like even purple, this always is on the positive. So it would be purple, a native would be like, even like the veterans, they say you get a purple heart, right, for doing great things, an honorable, a defender, kind of like the Lord and stuff like that. You want that extra thing, the purple heart, even the military, right? But purple, the purple can also be been bruised, beaten. You got purple marks on your body. So, purple can also have a negative connotation depending on what you're looking at. So, it's all perspectives. See, this rule has dualities, as we know, that color can can be a part of this duality of having different perceptions. Oh, that was something I just remembered. There's something I want to tell you about that it said they did a study, color. Gosh darn it. Let's see. I think I bookmarked it, darn it, for us. But it's a color study that emotion, that 80% of emotion is the way we judge people is by the way they dress in color. People dress now. And I'm not kidding you. This was amazing. Color people. It says something about their. Well, anyway, they said that people can judge you quickly by the way you dress in your color. I don't need to bring this. You can look it up this later. But that blew my mind because I know that color. If somebody dresses really nice and this and that, I've always had that. But if somebody just dresses like just grayish, toned down or stuff like that. That color is very important to these people. I mean, I don't judge you that way, but they judge by the color. I'm trying to judge by the face and the smile and the vibrations, because we actually have an energy vibration. I told you I can read what you are if you're dangerous to me, because they light to the side, so I can read your spirit and your soul, even from 1,000 feet away. So it doesn't matter. Sometimes I'm not even paying attention to what you're dressing. I'm reading your soul and your spirit, right? Through it's a gift they gave me, and they had to defend me, because you see how I'm gonna get attacked. I can tell immediately when you stand in front of me if I'm dealing with a demon or somebody who's got demons in them or issues within seconds, because it lights you like a light bulb, and show me different color spectrums, by the way. So they actually, kind of like the chakras, they'll show me the colors of who I'm dealing with, your mood and your behavior and what your soul is. I'm not kidding you, it's real. But anyway, God may give you that gift too. Just ask God and the creators and the higher command, say, can you give me this gift? And they'll give it to you, right? But they do all of it. I'm seriously. That's why I know when they're around. It freaks me out still. I'll walk down and I'll forget to pay attention, and I start reading people by their spiritual soul being lit by the side. And I'll know immediately. I say, oh, there's a Christian. I'll go talk to them. Or, hey, I'll say this. Oh, that's a teacher. That's a, they want me to tell them. I can learn something from that person. They tell me that they're a kind of educator, coach, a maestro in Espanol. So they always constantly lighting people for me, all around me. And there's times we've made a mistake. I mean, I've actually made a mistake because that was my fault. And sometimes there's just some kind of weird communication interruption where I can't read a person, and I'm studying. Like, why am I not getting a good study? It may be because they're like a chameleon rotating their spiritual. They might have multiple spiritual souls in them. I'm not sure. But there's times I have, like, God, I'm having a hard time reading this person. I'll be studying, like I'm not getting a clear reading. Like, hey, other side, man, what's going on? So anyway, so here's the thing is about the color. So, all like gold and black, you wear that, picture somebody, somebody's wearing black suit, solid. You might think of funeral or solid white wedding, right? So there is, so the way that people dress, they can try to hide their spiritual sense or express it even further, right? Sometimes you'll see somebody very happy, loving, and caring, and they'll dress in really vibrant colors, just shining through. I'm smiling here. And, so anyway, so why is this important? Well, because even there again, the clothing we see that you buy on the shelves, it's all gray and black shirts and black pants, and there's no color in the clothing these days. Just go to a Walmart, you say, what's going on there? The color's not there. So they're trying to draw you down to not be a self-expression, not to be vibrant and things like this, right? So dress is in color. And even Trump, they said that, we don't know if he's been cloned or not, but they said if he's wearing the red tie, I believe that's the clone. And if he's wearing a blue tie, that was the one that's not a clone. But he knows weird stuff about this, but he does wear red and blue ties, and depending on his speech, you could tell whether the Trump was showing up the aggressive one that's kind of more of a president versus the other one who's kind of just a jack off and screwing around and just, I see the behavior, even with matching the tie. The two different personalities, kind of like bipolarness. It's weird. But you monitor that. If you ever see him dressing different ties, it is strange. But anyway, so anyway, there's color analysis, stuff like that. And so that's the thing. That just was surprising, though, that when we actually approached somebody, they said that, I should have both studied, like 86% of, somebody just pulled up in the vehicle next to me, 80% of the way we feel about that person, or what we project about them, is that color. It's not even the dress, it's the color. And then we probably look at things, their pants raggedy, or they clean, their shoes. They used to say that we used to read people from the bottom up, from the bottom of the shoes to the top of their head. That's why they always used to say wear very nice shoes, because in an interview or something like that, that they said that people don't realize they look at your shoes first and then they scan upward versus looking at your face and down. And first impressions are read by that feet. So they're immediately making an impression. And that's another thing they said too, is, hey, you ladies are worse about this men, that ladies make a decision within 30 seconds the bit of what their feelings towards a person. But I told you, they just, that by the way they look or dress, just 30 seconds, boom. Men, they said that they do, but not as much so. They do, but they get influenced by the color and the dress. But they said, ladies, it's like a, that maybe that's why in the animal kingdom, the birds are very, the males and the females, there's a lot of different color involved in mating and stuff like this. A lot of it's about how much show you got, right? How much color you got, because they know the ladies like looking. And now it's like even the what is the peacock? Is it? I believe it's the male peacocks. Yeah, the male peacocks are the ones that actually have all the color. The females don't. They're like just brown and dull. They don't have to dress them out. They're not trying to sell themselves. So the men go around strutting their feathers. Hey, I'm beautiful, man. Look, I dressed with my suit and tie, but see how pretty I am? Look at me. So it's amazing how that it is that it's even, a lot of things are communicated through animals. If we study animals, we learn about psychiatry and psychology even. And that's why I tell you, there is I don't know if you've seen a movie, it's called Animals Are Beautiful People. And you got to look at this. Oh, it is hilarious. It was actually done by National Geographic. It took them like 2.5 years and just tons of film. It is an amazing story. And it talks about how animals, we just like the animals. The monkeys, I don't want to spoil it for you, monkeys, they're out there drinking, get drunk, and they're partying with the elephants, and it talks about their behavior. But I'll tell you what, their behavior is almost better than these people. I'm not kidding. I'd rather live with the monkeys, the lions, and tigers, and bears. Oh my. Because I'm telling you, as a human race, we are disgusting as animals. We are one of the terriblest creatures. We're supposed to be at the top of the kingdom, but as far as the way we treat each other, we're at the bottom, we do animals. It's upside down. I'm serious. Imagine if this world, if you removed all mankind of it, and it just went through its process of a daily basis. The animals it'd all be in nature to be 100% balanced. We wouldn't be destroying stuff, this and that, and just making a nightmare of this world. But we come around with emotions, egos, power, politics, bull crap, hate, and all this other BS that makes us just the most damn evil thing standing on earth, right? I'm embarrassed to be a human being, I'm not kidding you. I mean, we're a terrible species, just awful. But it does provide some creativity and stuff like that, and provides provides meaning behind our lives to have you friends. There are good ones of us out there, so we can't just say that every person out there is representative of the entire human species. That's just wrong, right? And that's what makes us unique and creators and things like that. And we just do a terrible job and need to be better at it, right? Okay. So is anything else left to say? I don't know. I kind of rambled, so I hope I at least put a spark in your head or your soul to go out there and do a little bit more research about colors and learning more about colors, because they're using it as a tool against. They use everything. See what I'm saying? They are smacking us everything, trying to bring us down with music, everything you got, music, colors, everything, even stock market now about to crash and blah, 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 blah. They are trying just to bend your soul right over. Boom. Anything you look at, boom. I'm surprised you can even buy flowers today. Well, then we have the introduction of artificial flowers, which can be kind of cool, but I'm into more the nature things that you can truly smell and things like that. The whole world's artificial. I'm seriously, artificial flowers. I mean, seriously. I went in and saw the other day, they had these artificial orchids that just weren't good. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. That is just fake and just terrible. I can't even buy that crap, right? I was like, wow. But that's the artificial rule. It's the artificial push they're trying to get us to, right? Okay. So, I'll try to do some more intelligent things or more words of wisdom about color, because it's, even like there's some things about, like even on Pink Floyd, they actually show a laser, a light coming, hitting a pyramid, a crystal pyramid in the Dark Side of the Moon, I believe, album. It shows it breaking it into rainbows of colors, right? And there's a lot of things around that about, they think there's things about time travel involved and things like that, separating color. And there's something about when you take a prism and, like a crystal triangle, split it and then split it again, it actually makes some crazy things. It reveals some things about our spiritual world and physics and all these other things. And the thing is too, can you reverse that? Can you take a rainbow and shove it right back into a beam of light that's solid, bright white light? So, because like even like that, so that is something you want to think about. That is crazy. Think of taking the rainbow colors and shoving it through a prism and stuff like that. So they've done some physics around even light, where it splits in different colors and stuff like that, and things, right? And even like I was thinking the double slit experiment, stuff like that. They've done some, I think, some color things around that about time travel and some other amazing things. And then some people get so deep into this thing, they talk about how we're all just one little piece of the rainbow, and don't even want to go there. But we do have a rainbow of people, different cultures, race, religions, all that makes us all unique and stuff like that, right? So there's so much there, all right? So there's a ton behind color, a ton behind everything. And color is just another spectrum of the wave. Remember, everything's a wave, even down to the atom and to the particles. We know that's now it's just energy, frequency, and vibration, right? And color is one of those. All right. God bless and love you all.